Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west.
Dirty cop. He gonna hook it up. Come on, Nakawar, hook me up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fuck around with you, boy.
John Diamond make the billion.
Cricket officer. Can you get these fucking handcuffs off for us? They got a lot of innocent niggas doing time. Beware, cricket cop badge number 2299. Cricket officer, can you get these fucking handcuffs off for us? They got a lot of innocent niggas doing time. Beware, cricket cop badge number 2299. It's wicked as hell. Arresting a man for nothing, got him sitting in jail. Look down on us, call us cells. Supposed to show them the way, instead they showed them a cell. Fuck, nigga, how the fuck is you a man of the Lord? You pull up with white boys and you put them niggas in the back of the car. But you wouldn't let us. Them lions and them tigers and them bears and them gorillas. Tried to convince a nigga to snitch on his own brother. Beware the purple Israelite group. They undercover, so pussy ass nigga. Ratting that bitch. Tell him take off that badge and I'll bat him in his shit. Cricket officer. Can you get these fucking handcuffs off for us? They got a lot of innocent niggas doing time. Beware, cricket cop badge number 2299. Cricket officer, can you get these fucking handcuffs off for us? They got a lot of innocent niggas doing time. Beware, cricket cop badge number 2299. False doctrine, a nigga that shot that tranny. The dick pic, the fake pictures on social media, you posing as bitches. The murder on John Morgan, how her body came up missing. That scheming nigga cannot stealing that brother bitch. Them marching for the rich, but don't do nothing for the poor. The shit them niggas tried on the Kansas City boat. Them purple niggas tried that same bullshit before. Cap told them bitch Obama holding treatment like a hoe. Michelle told them they lightweight, they packed up all they shit. Fuck wrong with you, boy, we meant a war around this bitch. Undercover ass, purple badge, and Easter ass bitch. We know cowards only men prepared to die around this bitch, you heard? Cricket officer, can you get these fucking handcuffs off for us? They got a lot of innocent niggas doing time. Beware, cricket cop badge number 2299. Cricket officer, can you get these fucking handcuffs off for us? They got a lot of innocent niggas doing time. Beware, cricket cop badge number 2299.
You broke.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed it up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know there's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, need the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, I ain't no token when we got the flow. I ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
What you bought? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga. Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General. Shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. The shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapping together. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon.
They're one West.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shah Barakatham, Yahweh Shema Tham by Shem Shah. It's Pre-Snuff Summer Walkabout, Tuesday night brotherhood class, ISUPK, under Command Johanna since 1969. We've been teaching the truth. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is the chosen people of God, and oppressors the devil Bible speaks of. And tonight's class, what we're going to talk about how Martin Luther King Day is passive-aggressive racism. Martin Luther King Day is passive-aggressive racism. And I know you're wondering, how could Martin Luther King Day, how could it be passive-aggressive racism? And that's because passive-aggressive is when you make a move against somebody, but you don't really want them to know it's a move. You know, you try to be slick about it. You know, maybe because you scared on the low, or maybe you just don't know how the situation gonna turn out. It might blow up in your face. But at the end of the day, that's what celebrating Martin Luther King Day is, passive-aggressive racism. You know, they got you thinking that they are happy about this black man that stood up for civil rights, but really, they don't give a damn. You know, the Martin Luther King Day is all about how black businesses was destroyed, how all the black businesses got destroyed, and then, you know, all the white businesses started to prosper. So now all the white businesses is prospering, all the black businesses is failing because black people is running to spend all their money at the white businesses. You know, which of course Martin Luther King, he didn't give a damn about that anyway. He had a different agenda. He was just like any pastor, just greedy for money and will sell his people out. And he said it himself too.
I have a dream.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. It has at many points turned into a nightmare.
Now, why they don't ever talk about that in school? You know, whenever they talking about Martin Luther King, why they don't ever talk about that? They don't never talk about that stuff. You feel me? They don't talk about how he said he knew he was leading his people into a burning house. They don't ever talk about that because they don't want you to remember that part. They just want you to remember love everybody, black girl, hold hand with white boys. All that stuff was fake. He said it out his own mouth that it was a nightmare. It wasn't real. You feel me? What he thought he was doing, it wasn't real. He thought for some reason, I guess it was going to uplift the black community, when really he set us back 400 years. Martin Luther King set us back 400 years because he loved it, having sex with white women. Because that was his agenda. And they told him that if you do this, oh, it's going to be better for the black community. And really it was worse. Way worse. All you got to do is look outside. All you got to do is look outside right now. You will see it is. And anybody on TikTok think I'm lying, all you got to do is just add yourself in on live. And you tell me if I'm wrong. But we're going to the scriptures just to talk about how the Lord feel about these pastors out there. See what the Lord think. All right, so this is the book of Jeremiah 23 and 30. And it says, therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, saith the Lord, that steal my words, everyone from his neighbor, right? And that's what the pastors do. The pastors, they is plagiarized. You feel me? As a prophet. They're plagiarized prophets. The pastors, they go and study the scriptures in college and theologian school just so they can twist it to get your money. Just so they can present themselves like that man of God, and now you ready to follow them. And that's what Martin Luther King did, Al Sharpton. That's what all the preachers do. All the preachers, they dress a certain way, they talk a certain way, and then they tell you they're a man of God. When really the whole time they plagiarizing the Lord's words. You feel me? They stealing the Lord's words. That's what pastors do. You feel me? They stealing the Lord's words because they using scripture to teach you. They ain't even break it down to you the scriptures the right way. They using the Bible, they using the church, they using the damn cross, and the whole time they just a plagiarized prophet. And you know who else was a plagiarized prophet? Martin Luther King. Because Martin Luther King, he plagiarized his whole damn speech. The whole damn I Have a Dream speech was plagiarized. You go look that up. You go look it up. The whole damn I Have a Dream speech was plagiarized. He didn't even write it. Because that's what these pastors are. You feel me? And the Lord is against them. The Lord is against them because they just plagiarize prophets. They plagiarize priests. They steal the words from the Lord. You feel me? And they steal from his neighbor. That's what they do. They use the words of the Lord to be able to be thieves and criminals. Them pastors is the biggest criminals, the biggest sexual deviants in the neighborhood. That's why one thing I always say, I always notice people that go to church too much, they always be the most wickedest people. You know, you would think it's the people standing on the corner, you feel me, that don't want to go to church. But it's really them people that's in that church. Them people in that church is some of the wickedest people. And they go to church to try to basically fulfill themselves, to make themselves feel like, nah, I ain't done nothing wrong. I'm just a vessel that needs to saving and all type of dumb stuff they say. All type of goofy stuff, man. Them people that go to church faithfully be some of the wickedest, evilest people. And that's why they go, to try to fulfill their soul, to make themselves feel better about the stuff they done all week. Behold, I am against the prophets, saith the Lord, that use their tongues and say, he saith. Right. And that's what the pastors do. They go out and teach you philosophy in the Bible. That's the crazy part. God didn't say none of that. God didn't tell us to go hold hands with little white girls, little white boys, and everybody love each other, turn the other cheek, and you get hit with a brick. You don't do nothing. Man, God didn't tell us to love white people. The Lord did not say that. He said it. Martin Luther King said that we need to love white people, that we need to forgive white people, because he wanted to have sex with white women because he was a lustful bastard. That's just the truth. And they sold him a dream saying, if you go out and do this mission, you know, the black people are going to prosper because we're going to be integrated. When the whole time everything got destroyed. The dream turned into a nightmare because he went out and taught stuff that the Lord did not say. He walking around holding that Bible in his briefcase, and Martin Luther King know the Lord didn't say none of them stuff that he wrote down in them speeches. None of that stuff he wrote down in them speeches, Martin Luther King, he knew the Lord did not tell him to say none of that stuff. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Lord. Right. Against people that prophesy false dreams. He said that his dream was a nightmare. So what that means? The Lord is against Martin Luther King. The Lord was never with Martin Luther King. You know who was with Martin Luther King? The CIA. the United States government. They was with Martin Luther King because they knew if he can get us to integrate and agree to integrate, that we would lose all our businesses and they would get filthy rich. And that was a false dream. That don't even make sense. How the hell we integrating with a people and then now we go try to buy stuff at their businesses and they don't never come try to buy stuff at our businesses? Then that means they gonna get rich and we gonna get broke. That's stupid. That's a false dream. And the Lord said he hate men that prophesy false dreams. And do tell them and cause my people to err by their lies. Right. Error. That's like error. That's the old English word for like an error, a mistake. And that's what Martin Luther King was. Martin Luther King was a mistake. We should have never propped Martin Luther King up. And then it's crazy because it's a lot. It was really it was people that didn't like Martin Luther King, and it was people that did. But for the most part, it was many other people did like Martin Luther King because they was arms, they damn self. They was lustful, they damn self. They wanted to be joined with America, they damn self. And he went around preaching and lying to the people about all this stuff we could do and get if we integrate, and it was a lie. It was a lie, and it called us to err by his lies. And that's why he celebrated. That's why the kids was out of school. That's why Jobs was telling you you could stay home if you want to on Martin Luther Day. Because of money, now they get to have you as their slave, making all their damn money in their damn factories. And then they businesses. And then you turn around and spend the money that they give you in your check back with them. That's the thing that's crazy. Once you get the paycheck, now you go spend the money right back with them. Thanks to Martin Luther King. You hear me? Thanks to Martin Luther King, the black menaces is nowhere to be found. You feel me? Like I always say, black menaces is hair salons, barbershops, daycares. Because white people don't want to touch you or they don't want to touch your goddamn kids. Like real talk. So they'll give you them hair salons, barbershops, and daycares. No problem. Real talk. And by their lightness. Yet I sent them not. Right, I sent them not. The Lord did not send Martin Luther King. He didn't send Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, none of them. They was not sent by the Lord. They were sent by the government. They were sent by the CIA to disrupt what's going on in the black community, because that's what the CIA do. The CIA start wars. That's what they do. That's why they got all these FBI files on Martin Luther King. The stuff we already knew. We already knew he was a sexual deviant. It wasn't no secret to us. All these pastors is sexual deviants and lustful. Real talk. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore, they shall not profit this people at all. Right? They didn't profit us. Profit is what? What's profit? That means you gain something. We didn't gain anything. With Martin Luther King, we didn't gain any. We lost. We lost. You feel me? If the Lord don't send the prophet, you're going to lose. They're going to teach you stuff that's going to sound good, but in the end, you're going to lose. And we didn't profit. We didn't profit because Martin Luther King was not sent, saith the Lord. And when this people, prophet or priest, shall ask thee, saying, what is the burden of the Lord? Thou shalt say then, thou shalt then say to them, what burden? I will even forsake you, saith the Lord. You feel me? Because what these people is doing, when they say the burden of the Lord, they basically just making fun and mocking something very serious. You feel me? That's what they doing. That's what people do. All these false prophets out here, all these preachers, and God and Jesus' name, that stuff is serious. That's serious to say when you get up in front of the congregation and you say in Jesus' name and God and all that stuff is serious. You feel me? And what something that's supposed to be something so heavy that you making a light thing. And that's what the Christian church did. The Christian church then made Lord, you feel me? And what the Lord believes, what the Bible say, the Christians have made it just a light thing. You feel me? Something that's supposed to be heavy, they didn't made it nothing. You feel me? And that's why Jeremiah is saying, I will even forsake you, saith the Lord. That's what the Lord's saying to him. To go out and teach that the Lord is going to forsake all you false prophets, all you pastors, all you deacons, all you fake Israelites. You feel me? For mocking the Lord. Because that's what all y'all doing. Anybody that's not with us, you're mocking the Lord. You feel me? You're making something very heavy a light thing. And as for the prophet and the priests and the people that shall say the burden of the Lord, I will even punish that man and his house. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all making a very, very serious thing light. You feel me? Being a priest and prophet of the Lord is a very serious thing because you got people lives in your hand. And you making it a very light thing. And that's why the Lord said he's going to punish the man in his house. Martin Luther King, he died, and now his whole house has been punished because they are nothing. You feel me? If Martin Luther King was so of the Lord and sent by the Lord, why is his family not black royalty? You feel me? Martin Luther King and all his children's children should be black royalty, but they not, because that's what the Lord said what was going to happen. You feel me? That's what the Lord said was going to happen. I will punish that man and his house. Real talk. Because this is a heavy thing. It's a heavy thing to be a priest and prophet and go out and teach the word of the Lord. And then you got people out here like them that's just making it real light and making it like it's nothing. They mocking the Lord. Every Christian, every Catholic priest, all of them, they is mocking the Lord because they ain't doing, and they ain't about his people. You hear me? To be a priest and prophet, first got to be about the Lord's people. Y'all telling people to go hug and kiss white people. The hell out of here, man. All right, we're going to drop that. We're going to go to Jeremiah 51:7. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made the earth drunken. Right. And that's a fact. Babylon. Now, this is back then in the real kingdom of Babylon. But America is Babylon today. America is spiritually Babylon. And right now, it's the same thing happening that was happening back then. Because ain't nothing new under the sun. Thus saith the Lord. You feel me? And that's what the pastors do. The pastors will say, thus saith the Lord. And what they said was not of the Lord. You feel me? And that's just what we were talking about in the last scripture about the Lord's burden. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right. So now all the nations are drunk off the philosophy of America. You feel me? America is propped up like this golden cup, and everybody wanting to drink out of it. And everybody have. They got Arab allies in the Middle East. You feel me? They got the United Nations. They got European countries They got South American countries. Everybody is drinking out of the cup of America. And now everybody drunk. And now they mad. They insane right now. Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed, right? Everybody been drunk out of the cup of America. And I'll be mad because now America is falling. And everybody can see America is falling. Feel me? America is falling, is destroyed. It don't, from the outside looking in, it don't look like it's gonna ever get back to normal. You feel me? It don't look like it's ever gonna get back to normal. And that's the reason why Trump say he want to go into Greenland, Canada, Mexico, because they know that their country is falling and they need to get their strength back. And everybody else could see it. Everybody else can see also that America is suddenly falling and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. Right. And that's the thing though. Black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, you know, we're going to be sad for America. You know, we're going to try to get it back, get America back on their feet. You know, like how they did with the stimulus checks. They gave everybody that stimulus check money so you can stimulate the economy, so you can heal the economy. You feel me? And that's what we going to do, Blacks and Native Indians, because we've had nothing but traitors tell us how to be a good American, how to be a good person. And how to be a good person, we're supposed to turn the other cheek. Forgive your enemy. They go high, you go low. I know, they go low, you go high. Whatever Michelle Obama dumbass said, because she's an idiot too. Married to that damn African. Like, real talk. But that's what we'll do. We're going to howl for her. We're going to be crying. We're going to be sad. We're going to be trying to heal America. Because we even got so comfortable with her, thanks to Martin Luther King Jr. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right. That's what we would do every time. We're going to heal Babylon. You know, we're going to try to heal America because we done got so comfortable being in slavery and the Lord don't like it. You know, that's why I say, but she is not healed. America is not healed. We would have healed it if we could have, but America is too far gone. For what they did to Spanish and Native Indians, America is too far gone. What people will say, they too deep in the trenches. You know, America is just too deep in the trenches right now to be healed. The Lord is done with this place. But if it could have, we would have healed it. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we would have jumped right on the bandwagon. So you got black people and Hispanics in ICE. Why is black people and Hispanic people ICE agents? Don't even make no sense. Forsake her, right? Abandon her. Let this place fall apart. America, you about to fall apart. It's over with this time. We ain't healing America this time. That's what Martin Luther King them did. America was falling, and Martin Luther King them healed Babylon. They stimulated the economy with the black dollar. But it's not going to happen again because the Lord is not going to allow it. And let us go, everyone, into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heavens. Right? The judgment of America, the stuff America has done over the last 300-400 years, man, it's reached up to heaven to where they can't hide this from the Lord. You know, you can't hide nothing for it. But this is what they've been doing is so wicked and evil that it's reached up to the Lord, to where the Lord now gonna step into it. You feel me? The Lord can smell the sin, and he's now gonna step into it. And that's why I say this place is not healed. Oh, the website. This place, she is, and it's lifted up even to the skies. Right? It's over with. America, it is a wrap. You know, I'll have fun a little while longer. Because Martin Luther King gave y'all, I think Martin Luther King, what he spotted y'all, about 50 years, 60 years. That's what he did. That's all Martin Luther King did. He gave y'all a little boost in y'all economy to make y'all feel and think that y'all was getting stronger and stronger with y'all weapons. All the money from the taxes go to the military to try to build these strong weapons so nobody can conquer you and you can go bully everybody. But it's over with. You hear me? Because the ISUPK is on the scene, and we're not gonna let no Uncle Tom nigga go out and convince black people to heal Babylon. Not this time. Nah, it's over with. So yeah, we'll drop that. We'll go to Job 13:4. This is the book of Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. That's a fact. That's all these leaders, all these so-called leaders in America, these black leaders specifically, they forgers of lies. They got to where they was at by lying. Now, they got there trying to be like the so-called white man, who is the biggest liar. And they lied to put themselves in positions to where now you can listen to them and believe them and thinking they something that they not. You're all physicians of no value, right? And y'all not no doctors. You ever notice that? See, this is old as the book of Job. Calling yourself a doctor to make you seem more smart is old as the book of Job, and the book of Job is old. The book of Job is so old, it's before Israel. I don't know if you know it or not. So that's a long time ago. And he said, you are physicians of no value. Y'all ain't no real doctors. Y'all claim to be doctors and scholars, and y'all not. If you a chat GBT expert. Y'all is not no real doctors with no real skills. Just like Martin Luther King, he plagiarized all his speeches because he wasn't the real thing. Martin Luther King was not the real thing. That's why he plagiarized all his speeches. He was just a prop. They put to lie, because that's what they are, forgers of lies. and like I'm saying, and when the money ran out, now he want to say, oh, he think he led us into a burning house. His dream turned into a nightmare. Yeah, because the CIA money ran out because you've complete the mission. The mission is over with. You done what we needed you to do, and then they end up unaliving them after that. Boom. In Memphis. Oh, that ye would all together hold your peace, right? That's what you should have done. All you fake doctors like Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, all these fake doctors, Cheyenne Bryant, all these doctors, Dr. Umar Johnson, it would be better if you hold your peace. And that's the old English for shut the fuck up. It'd be better if all fake doctors and fake religious people just shut the fuck up. Shut the hell up. It would be better for everybody. If Martin Luther King never made a speech, Martin Luther King never made a speech, it would have been better for everybody. But because he wanted to speak, look at the situation we got put in. And it should be your wisdom. And it would have been wisdom. If Martin Luther King would have just shut the hell up instead of going to make them speeches and going to them civil rights rallies, telling us to join and get hit with bricks, it would have been better if he just shut up. It would have been more wise if Martin Luther King and them would have just shut the hell up instead of going out to talk. That's why I be saying some people just don't need to talk. We find out how stupid you are the more you talk. And we found out Martin Luther King was no doctor. He was no physician. He was no doctor. He was a forger of lies. That's what he liked to do. He liked to forge documents and plagiarize speeches. All right, we'll drop that. Drop that, and we'll go to First Maccabees and the Apocrypha. What is that? All right. First Maccabees 2:20. All right, this First Maccabees 2:20. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Right. So this is during the time of the Maccabees. We just got out of the Feast of Dedication, and it got kick-started because of this right here. The Feast of Dedication got kick-started because of the Greeks was trying to turn everybody into Greeks, including us in Israel. And Mattathias was not having it. Him and his sons and their friends, they was not having it. You feel me? And he said, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Like, yeah, we Israel. We Israelites. I don't know nothing about all this stuff Martin Luther King talking about. You feel me? Turning the other cheek and holding hands with white people. Nigga, God ain't tell us to do that. God did not say that. You said that. Because you out here teaching philosophy, pretending to be a priest. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. Right. God forbid we forsake the law. Why would we abandon the law when that is our wisdom? Our wisdom is the law. It's keeping God's law is the wisdom. That's why Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we so damn tore down because we ain't keeping the law. And we don't even know how simple that is. We thinking it's some magic. We got to be some rapper or basketball player. Nigga, no. Most of them go broke. You spend your whole life trying to rap and play basketball just to end up broke, trying to get a job at the college you used to go to. Like, nah, our wisdom is keeping the law, man, and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's word to go from our religion. Okay, and that word just means culture. To go from our religion, either on the right hand or on the left. Right. We're not going on the right hand or on the left of the king's words. We is keeping the laws. We ain't budging. You feel me? We not finna budge from the law on the left or on the right. No, we're not doing that. We ain't compromising. You feel me? And that's what Martin Luther King them was supposed to do. They were supposed to stand on business. You feel me? When the white man came to them and they wanted to be so-called religious leaders, all right, well, it's your time to shine, and they blew it. Martin Luther King and his whole team, they blew it. And now black people sitting out here selling crack and weed and women selling their body to try to make some goddamn money. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modem, according to the king's commandment. Right, so now you got some Uncle Tom Coon walk up right after Mattathias give this great speech about how we not gonna budge, we're not going to compromise what the Lord told us to do to please the king. And then you had some fucking Uncle Tom walk up. Some Uncle Tom walk up, and guess what he do? he say he's gonna do what the king said. Yeah, one Uncle Tom, he walk up and he say, nah, get that. I'm trying to get rich and famous and have sex with white women. Who that sound like? Your everyday pastor, preacher, your entertainers. That was this situation right here. You got black people trying to stand on business, then you got some coon pop up and oh, hell no. I'm gonna push a rapper. They're gonna have a song called the 10 Crack Commandments. And somehow we thought P. Diddy and Biggie Smalls was them niggas. Them niggas was sexual deviants and evil and wicked to the black community. They was these niggas right here that decided to walk up on the altar and sacrifice for the king. Black people trying to come back into pride and power and get out of this damn crack epidemic. And then you got P. Diddy and them come out talking about the 10 Crack Commandments. The hell out of here. Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal. Right? He was inflamed with zeal. He was mad as hell. That's basically what it's saying. Hell that this man that was his brother. He's an Israelite. He's a Jew. He walked up and just said, man, Mattathias, you tripping. I'm going to go sacrifice and do what this king of Greece said to do. And he was just pissed off to see his brother sell out. Just like we mad to see our brother, Martin Luther King, sell out. That's exactly what he did. We pissed right now. The younger generation, we mad learning the history. Like, damn, Martin Luther King, you was a punk. Like, goddamn. And that's what Mattathias was seeing, this same type of situation. And his reins tremble, right? So he on a horse, and the reins, he's so mad that the reins is shaking on the horse. And he not even moving. Neither could he forbear to show his anger, according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. He went and killed that man. Mattathias went and underlined that man who was an Israelite, who was his brother, according to the flesh, not according to the spirit from the type of vibes we see. Just like Martin Luther King, he's our brother according to the flesh, but according to the spirit, Martin Luther King was a white man. According to his spirit, he had the spirit of the so-called white man. His flesh was Israel. His flesh was black, African American, whatever you want to call it. But his spirit was the spirit of the so-called white man. And that's the same thing happening in this scripture right here. And Mattathias killed that man for it. He killed that man for disobeying the Lord's ordinances and law to please the king of Greece. And that's what all these pastors do every day. They trying to please Trump, please whatever president is in office. Also, the king commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. So that's what Mattathias did. So he killed the Jew, the traitor. Then he also killed the Greek king's commissioner that told the Israelites to do the stuff. Then he tore down the Greek altar that they were sacrificing the pigs on. Mattathias, he was a man of the Lord. That's a true man of the Lord. Not a nigga wearing them damn gay ass suits. Nigga wearing all them damn fancy suits and shoes. That ain't it. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri, the sons of Shalom. Phinehas, that was a story in the Old Testament with a man, he seen his brother having sex with a heathen woman, and he killed both of them in the tent. But that's a whole nother topic. So yeah, let's go to, we're gonna get out of that. We're gonna go to Luke 9 and 59. All right, this is the book of Luke 9 and 59. And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Right. So this is during the time of Christ. Christ was getting his disciples together, on his. And one of them said that they wanted to go bury his father. He told them to come follow him. And Yahushua said unto him, the dead bury the dead, right? That's a fact. Let the dead bury the dead. You know, let the people that's not in the truth go bury somebody that's dead. And that's a fact. And sometimes you got to just leave the worldly people on a worldly mission. You know, they worldly philosophies, just leave them there. And that's what we should have did with Martin Luther King. We should have left his ass where he was at. Once he came around talking about joining hands with white people, we should have left his ass right where he was at. But go thou and preach the kingdom of God, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. You know, preaching the kingdom, trying to bury dead. And every day when my birthday come around, you trying to read, you feel me? Let his ass stay where he at. Let the memory of Martin Luther King die. Let it live on with people that's never gonna come in the truth anyway. They just want to stay dead. Because you got people out here that wants to live. You know? That wants to live. I'm talking about spiritually. And another also said, look, I will follow thee. But let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home in my house. I said unto him, no man the plow, and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God. That's what you got to understand. None of these pastors and preachers is fit for the kingdom of God. You hear me? No man that looked back into his old life of what could have been, of what he should have done better, or maybe if he even want to go back, that man is not fit for the kingdom of God. Because if you got your hand on a plow, this is a farming metaphor. You got your hand on a plow and you looking backwards, you're going to call crookedness and divided loyalty. That's what's going to happen. You hear me? You want to put your hand on the plow, that means you want to start doing the work of the Lord. The pastors, the preachers, when they decided to become a pastor or preacher, they decided that they wanted to do the work of the Lord. And then they kept looking backwards. And that's why they're so crooked and there's so much divided loyalty in them churches. Because they never was serious. They was in it for the money. And that's what Christ said. Christ said, if you put your hands on the plow and you start looking back, you ain't fit to do this job. You ain't fit to be ruling in the kingdom of heaven if you put your hands on the machine and you keep looking backwards, because you're going to cause crookedness. And them pastors and them churches are crooked because they keep looking backwards. They read them scriptures. They see what it say you can and can't do, and they do it anyway. They look over it. They start teaching philosophy because they never was fit for that position. They never was fit. The past deacons, the Catholic priests, they was never fit. The celebrities, oh my goodness, the celebrities is the leaders. Automatically, they not fit. They're not fit. You know who fit? The men in the ISUPK and the Commander and Hunter. Because we put our hands on the plow and we ain't looked back yet. That's why ain't no crookedness in here. Ain't no crookedness, ain't no disloyalty in here. And if it's found out about, you're going to be looking on the next train back to the world to go bury a dead father. That's what we're going to do. Tap you on the shoulder and say, look, go bury the dead. Real talk. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. We're going to go to the book of Job, back to the book of Job, my favorite book in the Bible. 7 and 14. Job 7, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifies me through visions. That's what happened. You feel me? That's what Martin Luther King did. Martin Luther King He scared us with dreams and his fake visions. He said he had a dream that this gonna happen, that gonna happen, this, we do this and do that. Oh, I had a vision. If my vision is correct. Oh, what people say, I got a vision board. My vision board, this, man, that shit ain't work. It ain't work. Martin Luther King, he scared us with his visions and his dreams. He said, I had a dream and one day, and it sounded so good and so well put together, and it was a lie. Then right after that, he said it wasn't real, man. It was a nightmare. I feel my dream was a nightmare. That was his exact words. And he scared black people with that damn dream. He scared black people with that dream. He terrified black people with his visions. And it was all a lie. It was all for lust. It was all to have sex with white women, because that's all he really wanted. Real talk. So that my soul chooses strangling. Right. We were strangled. We was jammed up. We was jammed up from them dreams. Them dreams and them visions and speeches Martin Luther King said, you hear me? Look, I'm in the truth. And I heard some of the speeches and I'm like, damn, that shit sound good. But that's just the thing. It sounded good. It wasn't real. But that's what he did. Our grandfathers and great grandmothers, he strangled them with them dreams and them visions to where they was jammed up. You hear me? They was choked up to where they like, look, he gotta be telling the truth. I mean, they got him on all the TV screens. He got 1 million people walking behind him in DC. He gotta be telling the truth. The whole time it was a lie. It was a lie. It didn't work. And death rather than my life. Right. And that's what we did. Because of them dreams, because of them visions, we chose death rather than our life. We didn't even care about the future generation. We chose death rather than life. Didn't even care about the future. Martin, Jesse Jackson, and all of them niggas, they didn't even give a damn about their children. Think about how serious that is. Them niggas knew that they was leading black to a burning house like they children ain't black. That's how lustful and greedy that these pastors is, that they didn't even care about their children. They chose death rather than life. They didn't even care that their children to suffer from this decision. And that's the spirit of the white man. That's why I said these black leaders, these Christians, these athletes, these entertainers have the spirit of the white man. That's why they all want a white woman. They want that white woman to complete the mission. They get that white woman, they feel like they've been complete because they got that spirit of the white man on them so bad. Real talk, so bad. Some of them even bleach their damn skin, but that's another topic. That's another topic, but they do. That is insane. All right, we'll drop that. We go to First Samuel. Verse 18, 27. That's the book of First Samuel. Damn, TikTok, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. This book of First Samuel 15 and 27. And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and rent it. Right. So now this is around the time where Saul was losing the kingdom. He was losing the kingdom because he did not follow the Lord. Christian pastors was propped up like Saul was, and they did not follow the Lord. They had the book, they had the Bible, and they chose to teach you philosophy. That's what the pastors do. They got the book, they got the Bible, but they teaching philosophy. I just seen a pastor did a whole sermon. Well, I ain't see the whole thing, but I seen clips of it on YouTube where he basically was talking about Drewski's skit. And I'm like, nigga, you supposed to be in church teaching people about God. You in there talking about Drewski's skit where he was making fun of you. Like, come on, man, stop it, man. Y'all ain't no damn prophets of the Lord, man. Y'all is the white man's puppets. He put y'all in the positions to keep black people asleep when it's time to wake the fuck up. Time to wake up, black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians. These pastors gonna have you sleep another 400 years. And that's what's going on right now in this scenario with King Saul and Samuel. Samuel was telling him, nigga, it's over. Your time is done. Just like we telling all the Christian pastors, all the Muslims, all the black celebrities that think they leaders and life coaches and whatever the fuck else, your time is done. It's over with. And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and rent it. So Saul tried to grab Samuel's garment to stop him and beg and plead with him. But it's too late. It's too late. Just like the pastor, it's too late. And he turned and ripped his garment. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord have rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day. So Samuel was so prophetic. This was a real man of the Lord. He told King Saul, the same way you ripped my garment, the Lord ripped the kingdom of Israel from you. That was like symbolic. And that's what happened. You feel me? When Martin Luther King died, when Malcolm X got killed, when the nation Islam came to find out that they was all drug dealers and having sex with white women, but claiming to be pro-black, the Lord was ripping the hands of Israel from you. Because during that time, black people was big on Christianity, big on Islam, big on the Black Panthers, and all that stuff came out to be what? Nothing. You feel me? The only thing still standing from the civil rights movement is the ISUPK and the Comanche Hunter. Everything else fell apart. The gangs fell apart. They all in jail, life sentences. The Nation of Islam fell apart. The Egypt conscious community has been crushed. You feel me? The only thing left standing from 1970, which was the fall of the civil rights movement, is the ISUPK. Nothing else is around making any noise. Because what happened right here with King Saul happened right then and there. When all them black leaders was getting killed and thrown in prison, the Lord had rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day. That's what was happening. And have given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. And that's talking about the ISUPK. You feel me? The Lord rent the kingdom from all these fake religions, all these pastors, gang members, gang leaders, chiefs, whatever. The Lord rent it from them and gave it to somebody that was better. And that's the ISUPK and the Comanche Hunter. We better because we standing with the Lord. None of these other religions, none of that is standing with the Lord. Real talk. We'll drop that. We'll go to Leviticus 26 and 13. No, 17. It's a lot. All right, this the book of Leviticus 26 and 17. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you. Right, and that's what's going to happen. You feel me? That's what Moses was telling the children of Israel was going to happen if we don't serve the Lord. If we don't keep the commandments, that we was going to be slain. We was going to be unalive, killed, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? The Lord set his face against us. You feel me? The Lord is angry with us. When you see what's going on with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it's because the Lord is mad. And the Lord is trying to get us to turn back to him. He's trying to get us to turn back to him because he only knew us. You feel me? And it say, they that hate you shall reign over you. You feel me? The black leaders hate black people, man. You feel me? It's white people hate black people, but what about the other people that's over us? What about the Martin Luther Kings, the Jesse Jacksons, the athletes, the entertainers, all the celebrities that's supposed to be black leaders? Jay-Z hate black people, man. P. Diddy hate black people. T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long, they hate black people. That's what the Bible said. When we start sinning against the Lord, he was going to put people over us that hate us. Not people that love us, that got our best interests at heart. How you think this could happen? How you think the civil rights movement could fall flat on its face like that? Other than the fact that the people that was over it hated us. They ain't give a damn about us. Martin Luther King, them, they ain't give a damn about us at all. They could have cared less about us, man. They was in it for money and orgies. They was in it for money and having orgies. Lust. That's why I said they got the Bible trying to act like they holier than thou. When the whole time they teaching philosophy. That's the funny part. They got the Bible like they holier than everybody when damn they teaching philosophy. That's all they was doing, teaching Christianity. They wasn't teaching no damn nothing about God. They teaching Christianity. Christianity is not in the Bible. The philosophies of the Christian church is not in the Bible. Ye shall flee when none pursue of you. Right. We running and ain't nobody even chasing us. You feel me? We running from our own shadow because we so destroyed. We so destroyed. We just running. Mind running. Everything running. You feel me? And ain't nobody even chasing us because we so damn destroyed in this place. So damn destroyed in this place. We hiding from everything. Scared of everything, always worried about everything. When ain't even nothing probably even about to happen. Real talk. Yeah, but the Christian leaders, they hate black people. And that's the people that's reigning over us. The people that's reigning over us is these pastors, these deacons, these politicians, and they hate black people, man. All right, last scripture, we're going to go to Acts 5 and 5. All right, this is the book of Acts 5 and 25. Then came one and told them, saying, behold, the men whom ye put in prison are standing in the temple and teaching the people. And that's so prophetic because that's who the Lord gave the kingdom of Israel to. You know, you had the college scholars, the Dr. Martin Luther King and Reverend Jesse Jackson. You had all that, all these prestigious black people, and they failed. And now you got the men that was supposed to be thrown in prison, like myself and many other brothers that I roll with. We supposed to have been thrown in prison, but instead we standing in the temple and we teaching the people the truth. You feel me? No government agency, no backing from the CIA, none of that. We ain't took no bribes, no nothing. We telling you the hardcore truth right out of the Bible. The white man is the devil. Martin Luther King and all the other Christian pastors that just like him is of their father, the devil. And now you got the men that's supposed to have been forgotten, dead in jail somewhere. Now we the ones doing the work. The same way when King Saul didn't want to give up the kingdom and he ripped Saul's garment. Samuel's garment. And Samuel told him, the kingdom of heaven has been ripped from you and it's given to somebody that's better. It just, you didn't think the niggas that was better was the ones that should have been in prison, should have been in jail somewhere. Real talk. Yeah, but that's the end of tonight's class. You feel me? Tune in every Monday, Tuesday. Tune in Wednesday night for the podcast. April 4th, Passover. Pay your Passover fee, $200. You feel me? Get your hotels. Get your affairs in order. You feel me? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Yahweh Shema Thumb Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.